Best clock gun safe showdown. So this is the Hornady Night Guards. This one's straight up made in China, but has some of the best reviews on Amazon, so this is one I got. I did a whole in-depth review of both of these that I'll put up here at the top as well in the description below. And the biggest differences between the two is this one has a Touch ID in order to get in, and this one is an RFID to get in. Both of them have 4 passcode options, so this one has physical buttons on the top, so it looks a little bit more like a safe. It's pretty obvious that there's buttons on the top and something there, whereas this one, from a distance, honestly looks more like just an alarm clock, a relatively large one that you'd see. So this one, it's difficult to see, but if you tap on there, then you have the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4 that you can push there and then get in the safe. So that's great. Now this one weighs about 11 pounds. This one, I'll put the weight in the description below. This one definitely weighs more and feels a little bit more robust when you hold it, but honestly this one still got pretty decently thick metal, so I wouldn't be worried about that. Both of these have the ability to mount them to the bottom, like screw into the bottom into like your nightstand or whatever, and both of them also come with a safety cable that you can put in the back. Both of them have charging ports. This has two USB Type A, 5 volt, rated to 2 amps. I actually don't know what this one is rated to. It is a USB Type C right there. One thing that I do like better about the Hornady is that when you open it, sorry, the angle's a little bit weird for that, it pops all the way open, whereas this, when you open it, it just pops open a little bit. One thing that goes to this one is it does have a little bit of a light there, where this thing does not have any light. This one has a nice injection mold plastic insert in here, so that does look nice, where this one has like almost like, it feels like a very cheap foam that they put in there, and it's not even super uniform. So Hornady definitely gets the one on that one. Both of them have nice ball bearing glides. The Hornady does feel a little bit smoother than this one. It almost feels a little bit rougher, but honestly that's kind of pick and nits at that point. Oh gosh. One thing that I have had an issue with the Hornady is this cable right here has come off, and so I need to re-stick it on there because it's tricky to close. This Hornady is significantly older than this safe. This Hornady is probably about 3 years old, whereas that safe is only about 2 weeks old. Closing both of them is pretty similar. You have to give it a good push in there, and same with this one. You can't just push it up to it. You really got to kind of push it, but that's neither here nor there. As far as the displays go, I'll get you up close for this one. This one has, if it shows flickering on the camera, it's just how the camera frame rate is. It's not really actually flickering at all. It's very steady as the IC. You cannot see it flickering at all. Anyway, so it's just a red display. You can adjust its brightness by going up and down here. That's great. Whereas this one, you have to tap it to turn it on. It's supposed to have a function where it can stay on all the time, but it's not working on this one. Another downside to this, you can change the brightness of this one between 3 different levels. You have to open up. I did a whole video on that here, as well as the different functions. This one has an alarm clock, which is kind of nice. The downside of this one is it has a separate battery up front, so even if you have it plugged in the back, every once in a while you notice it has a little battery symbol here. Come on, I'm gonna tap this somewhere above the clock. It has a battery symbol here, and so every once in a while you have to charge it here. Now, in my experience, it lasts a very long time. I charged this up 2 weeks ago and it hasn't dropped at all, so my gut is it probably lasts 6+ months, maybe even a year. I'll do a follow-up video on this later. But whereas this one, if it's plugged in the back, your clock is good to go indefinitely. One downside of this one that I did notice, and I would not know this about the Hornady had I not owned it for a long time, the clock does not perfectly keep time. It does lose like a minute a month, and so you do have to readjust it. So every time you go to daylight savings, you will have lost 6 minutes, and you'll be 6 minutes late to everything. Also, the Hornady backup batteries here, it does not charge these, unfortunately, when they're in there. I wish they were rechargeable. Well, they are rechargeables, but I wish it would keep them charged until the power went out. But it actually even slightly discharges them, which is a huge bummer. So if you don't replace these every 6 months or so, if you lose power, you could potentially have a completely dead safe, which is kind of a bummer. Both of them have backup keys in the back. Both are not the most secure of keys. You could pick either of them. I have a video on picking this one. It's really not that hard to pick. As far as guns that they both fit just about everything you're going to want to. This one fits my concealed carry with the clip-on, so you wouldn't have to take it out of there if you wanted to store it in there. The Hornady one is a little bit taller, so you could fit something a little bit thicker. This is a SIG P320, and as you can see, it does not fit with the mag in there. You have to have the magazine out and then store the mag separately. Whereas in the Hornady, same goes for there. You couldn't fit it with the extended mag in there either. Also, yes, this is clear for all you people that are going to give me all sorts of grief about that. Neither of them fit the Keltec CP33, so you are out of luck if that's what you wanted to store in here. But full size 1911, whatever, even with, you know, the P320 with the compensator, it fit it just fine. So which one's better? Honestly, I have had past bad experiences with the Hornady, and unless they fix their clock issue, it's kind of annoying when you have a clock in the freaking 21st century that doesn't keep perfect time. So unless they fix that, that's a downside. This one comes with a 1-year warranty, which is nice. However, my first one died just outside of that 1-year warranty, and you're out of luck. Hornady's warranty on their presses is incredible. On their electronics, it kind of sucks. This one has, I think it does say it has a warranty, but anytime you're dealing with the Chinesium warranties, like, it's hit or miss. Depends how they wake up feeling that day, in my experience, on whether they'll honor that warranty. So take it or leave it for what that is. As far as the overall smoothness and interface, I would give that to the Hornady. It just feels smoother, it feels a little bit heavier, the drawer opens a little bit better, it closes a little bit better, but this one really isn't that bad. And this one does have the fingerprint thingy on there, so, you know, there's that, but if your fingers are sweaty, then it's not going to work great either. This one also does have a thermometer and humidity sensor, so, you know, for whatever that's worth. Honestly, so if you have to pick one of these two, just pick whichever one you want, whatever one you thought works better, because as far as build quality and functionality and everything goes, I think it's really just it's kind of a toss-up between the two. It's pretty common when there are issues in the design that they will update it and not tell anybody. So it's highly likely that the newer Hornady ones actually do keep time. If they haven't fixed that in the 3 years since that issue popped up, I would be actually surprised. So anyway, yeah, if you have other questions, comments, concerns, jokes, insults, or other clock safes that you kind of like and they'd like me to review, please put in the comment section below. As always, guys, thanks for watching. See you on the next one.